Welcome to Queen of the Ring. Another star-studded tournament after the chaos that was King of the Ring last episode. We saw Obafemi take home the crown, and now we're looking to see who will etch their name into WWE history. We got Jade Cargill, Blake Monroe, first match. Roxanne Perez versus Flammer. Jordan Grace, Julia. Soruka versus Lyra Valkyrie. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the show. Here we go. First match of the night.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Vero Beach, Florida, Jade Cargill.
Cargill made it to the finals in the tournament for the women's world title at the very beginning of the Universe mode. Picked up a win and then lost to Tiffany Stratton early on in that first title match. We have not seen Cargill since. This is her return to action. Big tournament for her because she can fully etch her name to the record books. That's last thing she really hasn't done. She hasn't gotten that title yet. She hasn't gotten the gold to go along with her with the press that her name and her stature brings.
Glamour is forever.
And now Blake Monroe. We've only seen her for one appearance so far, and it was number one contenders match. I believe it was in that same tournament. But haven't seen much out of her. No, I believe it was for the it was a fatal four-way for the women's US. I could be wrong on my history there.
From London, England, Blake Monroe.
Either way, we haven't seen much of Blake Monroe in this Universe mode. She's yet to fully make her impression on the WWE Universe just yet. But a big performance in this tournament, including an upset win against Jade Cargill, could be all it takes to push her into stardom. Here we go. First match of this Universe Mode tournament is off, and Monroe kicking off with a running drop kick. Driving Cargill into the mat. Now, we saw this with the King of the Ring tournament. You want to get your match done as quick as possible because, man, you're going to really want the stamina boost. Now, Cargill overpowering Monroe. A big pick and grab. Just launching Blake Monroe to the other side of the ring, but now Monroe able to cover. Working that left leg of Jade Cargill. Oh, Blake went for that elbow, didn't work, and now Escalera into the missile drop kick. Taking some inspo from Asuka. We've seen her pull off that move many times. Speaking of Asuka, just a week ago and Night of Champions lost the title to Liv Morgan, who's now running the SmackDown division for the Judgment Day. Oh, wow. Looks like she was going for the blockbuster. Cargill smart to dodge it. And now a couple of strikes into the body slam. And the elbow. Cargill, what could she be going for? Going for a springboard crossbody. Blake Monroe saw it coming. Got out the way. And then, oh, took too long with the taunt. And now Cargill making her pay. Powerbomb, a sit-up powerbomb. Drops Blake. So far, quite back and forth between the two superstars tonight. Wow, pub kick. Drops Blake Monroe. And that one, oh no! Blake with the roll-up. Cargill caught off guard. 1 count. Oh no! And the storm has hit Blake Monroe. Jaded. And this one might be over. 1, 2, 3. Well, not the greatest showing for Blake Monroe tonight. Looks like she'll have some work to do on SmackDown before she can maybe see a top spot tonight. And just like that, Cargill is going to be rolling into the semifinals with a load of steam and a lot of stamina saved up.
Here is your winner.
Dominant start to Queen of the Ring tonight. But now it's time to move on to one of my most anticipated matches with Roxanne Perez and Flammer. Flammer making her debut. And so is Roxanne Perez. I don't believe... No. We've seen Roxanne Perez in a triple threat for the women's IC.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Laredo, Texas.
Her model is terrifying. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like. They gave her the Bailey treatment with like all of it. I don't know. Anyways, Roxanne Perez had one match and it was, yeah, IC title match. Did not come out on top, but she's certainly a favorite for that mid-card title. But she might completely skip that division entirely if she can put up a strong performance in Queen of the Ring tonight as she's going against a debuting Flammer for the main roster. Very experienced wrestler, but we haven't seen her, and she hasn't been under the WWE spotlight quite yet, so a big win here could change things.
And her opponent from Monterrey, Mexico, Flammer.
The most dominant women's champion, the Reino de Reinas champion in AAA history, has arrived in the main roster. One of the most dangerous, hard-hitting luchadors in wrestling. She could definitely make a big impact in WWE, especially if she puts a good performance. We might be seeing some main roster showcase for her. All right, Roxanne versus Flammer. Roxanne, important to add, not a part of the Judgment Day. She got drafted separately and is on Raw compared to Judgment Day on SmackDown. So this is a Roxanne Perez who's looking to make her own name for herself. And wow! So we're onto that elbow, to that lock. That is just beautiful transition. Incredibly difficult to do. Only the really top-tier technical wrestlers could pull that one off. But nice Head scissors, drops Roxanne outside the ring. Perez returns, greeted by, oh no, about to be greeted by the right hook. Roxanne catches it, guillotine onto the ropes. I feel like this was probably going to be one of the most even battles that you'll see in Queen of the Ring this week, or tonight, I mean, sorry. I think in terms of skill level. The advantage goes to Flammer for the just pure experience that she's had. She's been doing this for a long time. Perez still young, still very green, but clearly very talented. She was called the Prodigy for a reason. Oh, nice lariat, drops Perez. Big chops from Flammer. There we go. Oh, man. Went for the springboard senton. Whiff there. Perez catches her. Oh, man. Dropping the boot down. Perez, very small frame, very small wrestler, but still very physical and definitely very tough person to go in a ring against. Similar to Flammer. Both can be very brutal. When the situation calls for Flammer, I think we see it a lot more. But Perez has a very fiery side that she can unleash at any moment. Now Perez, baiting Flammer. Greats her well. No, went good over the right hook. Flammer catches it. Oh, went for the spin kick. Perez dodges. Head scissors drops Perez, though. Nice recovery. Now Escalera into the Hurricane Rana. And Perez has been thrown for a whirlwind. Doesn't know where to go. Oh, stomping her face first into the mat. There we go. Springboard senton. That time connects beautifully for Flammer. Ooh, driving Perez head first. Nice roll up. Very smart roll up. The referee taking a long time. That is quite shady. I mean, I don't know how you take so long to get to a pin. I don't think it would have won her the match, but not even getting a 1 is certainly interesting how long she held that. Now Perez thrown into the ropes. Well, what could Flammer be thinking here? Running drop kick. Brutal shot for Flammer. Basement drop kick catches Perez in the corner, and this one could be done. 1, 2, 3. And Flammer is moving on in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Wow. Flammer completely dominating Roxanne Perez in that one. Really never giving Roxy a chance to shine. That was supposed to be a more even matchup, but Flammer will now be greeting Jade Cargill in the semifinals, and that'll be a very tough test to see where Flammer stands in terms of this WWE talent.
It's not over until I win.
Well, keep on rolling. Now, we've seen a lot of Jordynne Grace, but momentum is leaning towards her side. She finally broke the losing streak.
Making her way to the ring from Austin, Texas, Jordynne Grace.
Jordynne Grace, one of the strongest pound-for-pound wrestlers in WWE. But yeah, just an unfortunate start to the Universe mode. Went 0 for 6 before getting her first win against Nikki Cross. So maybe that was the start of a new era for Jordynne Grace, but could we be falling back in the same cracks with a loss against Julia? Julia, former U.S. champion, won in that triple threat. but lost in her first defense against Raquel Rodriguez.
And her opponent from Tokyo, Japan,
Julia making her way to the ring. One of the most decorated wrestlers outside of WWE. Incredibly talented in ring. Probably one of the most talented in ring. Looking to show off tonight. I feel like the King of the Ring was made for wrestlers like Julia, where you really all you get to do is show off what you can do in the ring, and that's where Julia shines, is in the ring. Here we go, Julia versus Jordynne Grace. This one underway. Starting off with a collar elbow tie-up, turning into the grapple with Julia holding the advantage. Jordynne Grace trying to fight out of it. Roll up from Julia. Pin made, one. Got a 1 count, nothing more. Grace rolls up with their own. With the bridging pin, didn't work. Oh, man. Big spine buster from Grace, showing off the power against Julia. Now looking for the package. Pile driver, no. Julia counters with the lariat. Drops Grace onto her back. Raw versus SmackDown with this matchup. 2 stars in the women's division for their respective brands. And Grace tried to land it again. Once again, it's countered by a lariat. Man, Julia unwielding. Couple of chops back and forth. Oh man, big right hook. Another right hook. And dropping Grace to the mat. Gotta worry about these countouts. I mean, that's how Obafemi won the King in the Ring. Gunther took it outside the ring, and Femi dropped him, and the count reached 10, and just like that, that was game over for Gunther. Match 1 for Femi. Strong strike from Julia. So far, out-striking Grace in every capacity, but Grace showing off the power with these slams. Going back into the ring, Grace getting a bit of momentum. Another spine buster, dropping Julia on her back. Grace probably needs to pick up the pace a little bit. It was a slightly sluggish start. She's been going for this move many a times. There we go. Little mini package blue thunder bomb. Like a Michinoku driver. I don't know what to call that. Drop toe hold. Countering into the STF lock. Grace in trouble. Trying to fight out of it though. Doesn't tap out. Go, Julia. Getting taken around for the international. Dropping Julia face first, and a kip of Jordynne Grace starting to get some momentum, get some movement going her way. Oh no, lariat from Julia counters. Grace is just not getting anything going. I think this is starting to really fall out of her control here, and oh no, spinning Michinoku driver. 1. Kick out. And getting greeted. Oh! Went for the V-trigger. Julia got caught by Grace. Roaring in the face of the beautiful madness that is Julia. Now we're back and forth. Trading blows. Big clothesline. Drops Julia. And now Grace looking for the Blue Thunder Bomb. Pin made. 1, 2. Kick out by Julia. The Blue Thunder Bomb. What more does Julia have left in the tank? What does Jordynne Grace have in her arsenal? Spinning back elbow. Catches Julia square on the nose. And now powering up with the military press. Man, the strength on Jordynne Grace is one of a kind. Looking for the well, very elevated suplex into the power slam. Now, Grace, Death Valley driver. Julia back up in a hurry, though, completely unaffected by the attacks. Greets Grace with the big kick to the face. Oh, wow, running knee. Julia drops Grace outside the ring. We're taking things to the outside once again. Oh, man, dropping her on the barricade. Julia taken to the top. Elbow driving into the skull. And Jordynne Grace might be down. This might be endgame if Julia can get her back in the ring. Or it might even she might be looking for the count out again here. There we go, Falcon Arrow. Throwing Jordynne into the table. And now Julia looking for the count out here, but Jordynne Grace back to her feet. Gets back into the ring. But this could be it. Beautiful madness from Julia. Pin made. Jordynne's down. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out from Julia. Are you kidding me? Fall away, no, splitter suplex from Julia. I'm still in shock. How did Jordynne Grace have anything left in the tank to kick out? Insane elbow. Countered by Jordynne. Grace trying to figure out what to do. Taking way too much time here. And now Julia has her German suplex releasing. Grace quickly rolls out the ring before Julia can get any more momentum. Now Grace ducks Julia. Schoolboy roll up. 1, 2. Kick out. Grace. Looks like she was going for something, but Julia countered with the Irish whip. But couldn't get the timing just quite right. Oh, tilt-a-whirl. Head scissor drops. Jordynne Grace. Now Julia moving. On the run. Choosing to land some very square punches on the forehead of Jordynne. Oh, great. Oh, my. What a unique. I don't even know what to call that. That was a very interesting suplex. Just incredibly creative offense from Julia tonight. Spine buster into the roll up. Has the legs up. 1, 2. Kick out. Looks like we're starting to roll to the final moments of this match, to kicking into the second gear as these women are giving it everything they have in the ring tonight. Guillotine drops the Snake Eyes onto the ropes now. Julia taken to the sky. Elbow. This time connects Julia down with the pin. 1, 2, 3. The top rope elbow.
Here is your winner.
Enough to get the win, and man, the win-loss record continues to look quite tragic for Jordynne Grace as Julia is moving on in the King of the Ring tournament. But who will be facing her? We have one more first round match to determine who will be facing off against Julia in the semifinals.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Sol Ruca, one of the most flashy women's wrestlers that we've seen in this division. Looking to put her name onto the in the WWE Universe's mind, because so far she hasn't really made an impact just yet, but I mean, this is where stars are made for sure. Making her first entrance in Universe mode. Another one of the NXT call-ups. Similar to Dragunov, I mean, the GM's not drafting Valkyria. It was just pure roster malpractice, I believe. Because one of the most talented in-ring wrestlers in WWE, and you telling me you have no spot for her? I have a hard time believing it. That's all I'm going to say. Hard time believing it. But I think Valkyria will certainly show what the GMs are missing tonight against Sol Ruca, and I'm gonna be honest. I mean, as much as I want to see Sol Ruca have a good showing tonight, the prospect of a Julia Valkyria match, that is just, it's a captivating matchup. I will not lie. Kicking off with a springboard, very fast start to this one. Big shot block to the back of the neck. Springboard did not connect. And now Ruca. Oh, wow. Valkyria counter with a bulldog. Very smart reversal from Lyra. Big kick. Heavy strike machine with Valkyria. But, man, she can grapple with the best of them as well. Just a very technically sound in-ring performer. Ruca, very experienced gymnastics background, can do almost any aerial attack. And it's where she excels for sure. Kick out from Valkyria. Here we go. We're going back and forth now. Early in the match. 50-50. Can go any which way so far. Valkyria looks like she won that exchange. Big kick. Wow. Valkyria thrown into the turnbuckle. And Ruka running drop kick to the corner now. Getting some momentum her way. Very big momentum switch in this match. Ruka. Oh, counter with the Bulldog again. Valkyria has that move scouted very well. Is yet to let Ruka land it. Elbow from Lyra. Ooh, real drop to the back of the neck. Those are the kind of shots that'll affect you, and those are the kind of injuries that'll linger an entire tournament if you're not careful. Now Lyra throwing Ruka outside the ring. Oh, wow! Sidewalk slam dropping Ruka on her neck. Brutal landing for Sol there, but now Valkyria thrown into the ring. Ruka recovered very quickly. That is a shock. There we go, face first into the match. Lyra in trouble. Springboard moonsault. Ruka's looking unfazed after a sluggish start to this one. Springboard 450. Wow. The springboard lariat. And Soul Snatcher. The most creative finisher in the business. Pin made. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3. The Soul Snatcher from Sol Ruka. And just like that, Valkyria's debut might have to wait because Sol Ruka had her name in that one. Very impressive performance from Sol Ruka, and just like that, we're moving on to the semifinals.
Is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Vero Beach, Florida, Jade Cargill.
The Storm, Jade Cargill. Very easy route to the semifinals in her match against Blake Monroe. Looking to keep the momentum running. I feel like she clearly is very fresh in this one. Doesn't look too tired out. And I think that's going to mean trouble for Lady Flammer.
Her opponent from Monterrey, Mexico,
Flammer, after winning her debut match, moved on to the semifinals, but she is going against probably the toughest opponent in her career because I don't think AAA has anyone quite like Jade Cargill. I don't think there's any other company in the world that has someone quite like Jade Cargill. Here we go. Cargill, Flammer. 1-on-1. Both of them have already gone through matches, but I feel like they went through their matchups with pretty relative ease, I'd say. I don't think anyone went too long in the ring. Man. Oh, headlock takeover. Drops Flammer to the mat, or Cargill to the mat, but Cargill able to power back out of it. Has the headlock in herself. Trying to sense that a little deeper. And now she has that elbow hooked up too. This is a great spot to be if you're Cargill, really wearing down your opponent in a semifinal matchup. That is exactly what you want to do. Drop to a hold though. Flammer gets out of it. Incredibly skilled wrestler, Flammer. But going against a powerhouse like Cargill, it's pure skill versus pure power. Oh man, nice spin kick. Drops Cargill to the mat. She's stunned. And chop lays Cargill flat on her back. Now, the leading member of Las Toxicas. There we go. Deep arm drag. Drops Cargill. Throws her to the corner. Running elbow into flurry. Springboard senton once again doesn't work. Kip up from Cargill. Good, only to get greeted by Flammer outpowering Cargill in the ring. That was impressive. Strength caught Cargill off guard. Not many can say they can do that. So far, Flammer has had Cargill outclassed in the ring. Pin made. Is it enough? One. Kick out. And here we go. Flammer. Blockbuster. Oh, Cargill dodged. Out of the way. Flammer. Like a professional bull runner. A professional matador in the ring. And Cargill thrown into a turnbuckle, cut open. Do the attack from Flammer, but so far not looking too unfazed, but she needs to get rolling. She needs to get rolling now because Flammer is... Oh man, this was a move that won her the match against Roxanne Perez. Drop kick. And now followed by another. Back to back. And that's all she wrote. Flammer is moving on. No! No! It wasn't enough. Cargill is still breathing. We saw the move work on Roxanne Perez. Back hidden blade from Flammer. Is that enough? 1, 2. Kick out again. Cargill, never say die. Flammer is trying everything, every trick in the book. Drops her. But Cargill's not an answer. She's just laying there lifeless. There we go. A sign of life with the knee. Throwing Flammer to the ropes. Rolling with the international. Spine buster. Pin made. Isn't enough. Elevated. Got the legs up. 1, 2. Kick out from Flammer. Oh, Cargill with the choke slam. And now looking for the springboard crossbody. Cargill showing she can fly. And looking for the powerbomb. Flammer has a bit left in the tank. Wheelbarrow pin with the double stomp. Beautiful transition from Flammer. Now taking to the top. Going for the splash. Nobody home. Cargill. Went for the pump kick. There we go. Pump kick. Looking to set up Jaded. This could be ball game. Flammer stunned. And she put up a good fight. But you cannot survive Jaded. Pin made. 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out from Flammer. Are you kidding me? Running hip attack. Cargill. And the preferred on offense here. And this could be, any moment could be the last here. Cargill looking to take to the sky. This could only be bad news. Elbow drop. Connects. Pin made. It was a good fight. But Cargill. No! No! Cargill thought she had it in the bag. But Flammer still going. But what else does she have? I mean, she hasn't hit a move in who knows how long. She is just laying there lifeless while Cargill is steamrolling through the competition right now. Well, if Flammer wants to get anything done, she needs to hit something. Here we go. Schoolboy roll up. Pin made. 1, 2. Kick out. But that's at least enough to shake the system, shake the momentum, turn things her way again because the tide is long gone since passing. Okay, 3 kicks. None of them connected there. There we go. Finally had something, but Cargill. Oh, man, a counter of her own. Elbow. Escalera. Head scissors. Takedown. Throws Cargill to the mat. Flammer. Senton drops Cargill on her back. And now Cargill in the corner. The leading member of Los Toxicos is rolling. Drop kick. Connects. Oh, rolling to the corner. This could be it. Drop kick again. It's over. Pin made. Flammer is moving on.
Here is your winner, Flammer.
She defeated Goliath tonight. And now Lady Flammer has weathered the storm and is moving on to the Queen of the Ring finals. Not bad for a first impression, huh?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Julia.
Now, Julia or Soruka, who will be facing Flammer? This is a very exciting match too. Recent NXT stars facing off against each other. And Julia looking as composed as ever now. She went through a pretty hard-fought match against Jordan Grace, I'd say, especially compared to Ruka, who I think had a slightly easier path to this match, so that could play a part.
And her opponent from Honolulu, Hawaii,
So Ruka, certainly high off of a win against a very established competitor in Lyra Valkyria. Now she's going to get to one of the most talented with Julia. So, and 2 wins here, regardless of how she does in the finale. Nothing to scoff at. She is looking as composed and as cool as ever. Here we go, Julia, Sol Ruka. 2 top-tier wrestlers going at it. Julia kicking off with a backbreaker, stretching out the abdomen of Ruka. Very smart maneuver to kick things off. There we go, Julia running with the knee attack. Stiff shot there from Julia. And stiff back shot there once again. Now Julia has the advantage on the top rope. Ruka falling right into the missile drop kick. Pin made, is that enough? 1, 2, kick out. Another knee, or another kick to the back. Ruka certainly being targeted with the back now. And that overall, that core, which is a strength that's very important to Ruka with all the athletic maneuvers she has. I mean, your aerial range is limited so heavily when you cannot contort your body like you want to. But she's looking unfazed here. She's gaining control. And this one, running knee, springboard, moonsault, nobody home. Ruka's slowed down a lot in this matchup. Well, I stand corrected, but I was going to say she's clearly pacing herself a lot smarter here. Taking her time, getting to Julia, getting to each corner of the ring, and moving on to the next part of this match. There we go, Ruka. Moonsault, oh, wow. That was beautiful. Now, monkey flip though, Julia counters. V-trigger from Julia, and that's all she wrote. 1, 2, no, Sol Ruka kicks out of the V-trigger. That is incredible. The tenacity of Sol Ruka is certainly something to admire. 0 quit in Ruka, but this one might be over very soon as Julia is sparing no expense in this one. Top rope elbow. And nice suplex. Drops Ruka. Ruka stunned. Running knee again. Julia's calling for this one to be over. Oh man, once again with that Contorted suplex. I mean, who knows what part of the body that works. That's Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca's back up. Julia is stunned. Moonsault connects. Moonsault connects. Julia is completely caught off guard. Pin made. Is that enough? 1, 2. Kick out from Julia. A second wind out of nowhere. Now, front face slam. Julia in a load of trouble now. Ruca. What could she be planning out next? Springboard. 450 lariat. Absolutely incredible. And now looking to maybe set up the Soul Snatcher. Here we go. Ruca. This is how she won against Valkyria. Soul Snatcher. Soul Snatcher to Julia. Can Sol Ruca steal one? What? Chelsea Green. What could this possibly mean? Chelsea Green, chop block to the back of the knee. Ruca back up though. Julia ducks it. Oh no, once again, out of nowhere. Ruca able to capitalize. Drop to hold. Drops Julia face first. Cuts her open. Could this be enough? Pin made. Soul Snatcher was connecting earlier. Could that be enough? 1, 2, 3. Chelsea Green tried her best, or someone in the back did. But Sol Ruca with the severe upset. And once again, entered both matches as the underdog. Came out the winner. And now she will be facing off against Flammer in the main event of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Absolutely incredible. I just don't know what Chelsea Green was doing. I mean, what does she want with Chelsea Green? And now it is time for your main event. These two women have given it everything they have. They've lifted all out in the ring. But now it's time to use that third and final win. Become the new Queen of the Ring. Two very unestablished wrestlers on the main roster. I mean, this is everyone's first impression of Flammer. I mean, this is probably the best debut she could have asked for, whether she wins or not. Making it to the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament on your debut doesn't get much better than that. Now, Sol Ruca before this was, I believe, 0-1 in Universe mode, but picked up back-to-back wins. She's got herself a winning record, and now got herself a lot more fans and a lot more credibility on her resume as a Queen of the Ring finalist. Flammer, Sol Ruca, Queen of the Ring on the line. Match underway. Here we go. neck breaker to start things off. Ruka getting the first big move. Going for the pin early. Drop her on the neck. Could that be it? 1, 2. That was incredibly close. Flammer is... Clearly that Cargill match has had her banged up because Sol Ruka almost won it in 5 seconds. There we go, Bulldog. Nice reversal from Flammer. Ooh, got the boot up. Flammer starting to recover, starting to get moving. Pin made. 1, 2. Kick out. A very, very weak kick out from Sol Ruka. Man, that springboard has like a 200 batting average right now. Not great. Schoolboy roll up. Schoolboy roll. A bridging schoolboy roll up. Here we go. 1, 2. Kick out again. Any pin can be the one that wins it. I think that's what people got to understand. It's why these roll ups can get so hyped up, because you never know when someone's just completely exhausted and completely drained of any energy. Now Ruka throwing Flammer to the turnbuckle. Both women moving very sluggishly, going through the motions with this one, but it's not out of just lack of effort. I mean, there's just nothing left. You've gone through 2 incredibly hard-fought matches already against 2 incredible wrestlers, especially for Flammer going against Cargill, and then Julia for Sol Ruka. Those semifinal matches were no joke. Oh, now nice kick. Flammer, Codebreaker, catches Sol Ruka off guard. Here we go. Flammer. Oh, wow. A low blow kick. How is that legal? Showing off, and the crowd is certainly not for it. Oh, here we go. Flammer. Nice body slam. But a kip up from Ruka. Codebreaker! Codebreaker from the top! He caught her again! Here we go! 1, 2, 3! Are you kidding me? Sol Ruka started showing off with the kip up. That was the final breath. And Flammer clocked it and did not waste a second. Hit the Codebreaker, adjusted her move, and it worked off. And we have a new Queen of the Ring. Welcome to Universe Mode, Flammer.